In Michigan, November 15th isn't just a date, it's a tradition. Opening day of firearm season is a cultural ritual passed down through generations. No matter the forecast or the odds, we show up. It's not always about filling tags. Sometimes it's just about being there. This morning, I knew the setup wasn't ideal, but skipping it? Not a chance. I joined the Orange Army, made my sit, and when the hunt was done, like always, it was time to gather. The local bar and grill, a burger, a beer, story shared, success or not. Today, not. However, I had bigger plans ahead. 2 days from now, I'd head north, chasing a different kind of opportunity, seeking redemption. But today was about showing up, for the hunt and for the tradition. Today felt different. I was back in the same timber block where I'd wounded a buck just weeks ago. And with fresh trail cam data, I knew he was still alive. I'd reserved my second tag for him, hoping for another chance. But with this likely being my last trip to the farm this fall, I had another goal in mind too, to take a doe. It's something I'd set out to do here, and if the chance came, I wasn't letting one slip by.
Alright, it's November 17th. It's about 8:15. I'm up in the same woods that I wounded that buck on November 6th. I've gotten photos from a neighbor that he is still alive, which is phenomenal. There's a nice southwest breeze this morning. Pretty chilly when it blows, but in between the wind blows, it is dead silent in these woods. I threw a blind grunt, which I don't do too often, and a little 4-point came in. Anyway, I'm tucked up so that my downwind side's gonna go over a swamp. He actually came in and circled around downwind, didn't bust me. Swung around and then put the wind in his nose and went into a bedding area. About 2 or 3 minutes later, another buck comes out. I grunted at him, and from about 150 yards away, he came all the way into about 25, 30 yards. Actually, maybe closer. That buck I know. I've seen him since early summer. I think he's only a 2-year-old. Anyway, he's a big 6-point. He's got brows, a main beam, and then just a G2 on each side. He's a buck I filmed last time I was up here. He had a doe pinned and bedded up, and he chased off another small buck that day. Every time I see that buck, his ears are pinned back, and he looks all pissed off and fluffed up. He's definitely an up-and-comer. So all that said, I'm excited that I think the rut's still going. I'm afraid it could be lockdown phase for some of those bigger, older deer. I've seen a lot of aggressive behavior this year out here in these woods. Had a big buck brawl on the 6th. Rattled in the buck that I wounded. Rattled in several other squirrels rattled at several other smaller bucks that day too. So, I am downwind of a giant bedding area. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the antlers together. It's probably the last day of the year I'll rattle. Two does coming in. I think I'm gonna shoot one.
All right, we're at the bottom of the tree. Didn't end up seeing any bucks after about 8 a.m., 8:30ish. But about 3:30, I did shoot this doe over here, so we're gonna go ahead and get a hold of her. Go check her out. She dropped in her track, so there's no track job. All right, today is November 17th. Just filled this doe tag tonight. I had a couple of bucks come in this morning, a real aggressive 6-point that I see quite a bit. I passed on him again. He'll be a real good up-and-comer for next year, but I had this doe and another doe coming in around 3:30 p.m. Sub 50 yards, I think it was like 45. As the season winds down, I'm grateful for the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I was fortunate to harvest both a buck and a doe this year, filling the freezer and meeting some of the goals that I had set for myself. I passed on several young and middle-aged deer, some bucks with real promise, and had some unforgettable encounters with mature bucks that'll keep my mind racing until next season. Of course, not every shot landed where I wanted. And the lows, arrows missing their mark earlier in the season, and an arrow that wounded a deer. Those moments stick with you. They weigh heavy, and they should. But this final hunt brought it all full circle. A quiet sit, a clear set of goals, and a clean ending. It wasn't just the close of another hunt. It was the perfect way to wrap up my time on the farm this fall.